Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penelope or Penapple, and today I am doing a dreams versus reality speed build of my childhood bedroom. So basically what I'm doing is I built what my childhood bedroom actually looked like, and then later on in the video I build what as a child I wish my bedroom had looked like. So I just want to put in a little disclaimer. I was a very lucky child, so I'm not trying to say that, or I'm not trying to be ungrateful in any way. This is just kind of the fantasy that I had as a child. So, getting into the build, right now I am working on my desk space. It's actually was put together by my dad. It was custom built by him, which is really fun. And it was that way, it's the shape that it is because my parents actually made my bedroom smaller when they built an addition onto our house. So it's actually a pretty small bedroom. I think it's the smallest bedroom in the house, but that's okay. I was actually very lucky as a child to not have to share a bedroom. Well, correction, I actually shared a bedroom with my brother while the addition was being built. But after that, I got this room all to myself. So I just put up some curtains, which actually look uncannily like the curtains in my bedroom, and those are the curtains that my mom picked out when I was a baby. Oh my gosh, that means those curtains are over 21 years old, or 22 years old. Oh my goodness. So the windows that I picked don't actually have the sort of second part to them that isn't see-through. I just picked those because when they put them together, they were closest to the shape. And then here I'm putting up some little paintings, which in real life are actually Amy Brown paintings of fairies that my mom got me. And so that's a lot of fun. But basically, the main thing about this bedroom is that it is cluttered. I tried my hardest to represent pretty much all the junk that I have, and I just tried to fit as much stuff in it as I could because that's basically what my room is like. I don't actually live there right now. It's because it's my childhood bedroom. I've moved out of the house, but it still pretty much looks like this. So those dressers that I put in don't really look like the ones I have. The ones I have are white, but my mom actually painted them. So my bedroom, my childhood bedroom, has a lot of love put into it, but I don't think I really appreciated that as a child because I don't know. I don't know why I didn't, but back then I had so many dreams of what I really wanted my bedroom to be like. And the biggest one of those was I wanted an ensuite bathroom because I had to walk all the way down the hallway to get to the bathroom every day, and especially when I became a teenager, I really didn't like having to do that, but I don't know. So in the dreams bedroom, I do end up putting in a bathroom, but we're not talking about that just yet because we're not on it. So I don't know if you noticed, but I actually put a cereal box on the shelf there, and that's because I actually have a cereal box. It's one of the limited edition Marshmallow Pokemon cereal boxes, and so it's just sat there for forever. Also, right next to the door, there's a cute little poster that in real life is a little hand-painted poster that my brother made for me like ages ago, and it's just still there. And yeah, pretty much. The closet looks really weird right now, just because they don't have a 1x1 square closet, but I fix it a little bit. I just take out the closet in general. I just put a door there, even though that closet door actually looks more like the closet door I had. I just thought it looked kind of weird. And I think this is about the end of the build. I do have a treasure chest in my room, and it holds my dice collection in it. But yeah, I almost never used this desk because it was always so cluttered. So I just never used it. Also, over in that corner where I'm working on the dresser sort of thing, there is a pile of stuffed animals because I rearranged my room and I had the dead space, so I just threw all of the giant stuffed animals that I wasn't like playing with at the moment, and then they just lived there from then on out. So pretty much. Yeah, this is the end product, and I will be showing some pictures at the end of it. So now I'm working on the dream childhood bedroom. And so I added in a sort of little bay window turret kind of area because one of the things I've always wanted, to this day I still want it, is a sort of window seat. They just always seem so nice to me. I always wished I could like read and look out on the water because my house is near the water, and so I can see it from my room, and so I always thought that that would be really nice. I also added in a bathroom. It's a kind of weird walk-in bathroom just because if I hadn't of like deleted that one wall space instead of putting a door there, then the Sims would count it as 2 rooms and I wouldn't be able to upload it to the gallery as 1 room. So I don't know where that space, all the space would have come from. My guess was probably from my brother's room. So I probably would have been very pleased to take over his room. Probably not, I don't know. I did just add in some curtains back in the old bedroom, or the real one, because I actually have flowers there. They used to be like scarves that I'd hung up like curtains, but then I changed it to flowers, but there's no like flower curtains in The Sims, so I just put the actual like curtains there. But yeah, I end up trying to make a canopy bed, like canopy bed, bigger bedroom, window seat, television in the bedroom is going to be there, and ensuite. Those are the things that I really wanted as a child. I also went with just a general sort of fairy tale theme because I was really into that sort of stuff as a child. Another thing that you'll end up noticing is that the room will be covered with books because I pretty much read nonstop when I was a child. Like, I don't even know how many books I read. I was always going to the library. I was always going to Barnes and Nobles. I was just always getting tons of books. So there's actually 3 spots that I could potentially lay down or sit down and read in at the end of this build. Yeah. So there is where I put in the sort of walk-in bathroom. So it would still actually be a bit of a walk to get to it from my bed, but I guess it'd be more private, so that'd be nice. I also added in a dollhouse. I had a dollhouse as a child, but it actually lived in the guest room because it wouldn't fit in my room. So another one of those things that just, my room just was so small, or at least it seemed that way to me. But yeah, I also added in like a little changing area and a walk-in closet, you know, that sort of stuff. I just sort of combined what I think I would have liked as both a kid and as a teenager, just because I'm remember the teenage years better than the kid years. Yeah, pretty much. You know what I didn't even talk about? The carpet in my real bedroom was what my parents and I called Barbie pink. And I hated it. Like, I picked it out when I was like 5, and then I regretted that decision, but carpets are expensive, and it was what was in there, and it's still a good carpet, so it's still in that room. So if you'll notice, I put in white carpet in this room, which isn't very practical, but The Sims doesn't have that many color options for carpets, so I just went with that. But I definitely, as a child, would have wanted carpets. My whole house was carpeted except for the bathrooms and the kitchen. When we built the addition, we did add wood flooring to that, but before that, all I knew was carpets, and so I really like them. Whenever I watch house shows, I see people like, oh, I don't want any carpets in the house, and I'm just like, okay. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what I've grown up with. So yeah, pretty much this is it. I end up adding plants. I really like that there. There are a lot of plants in this. I enjoyed plants a lot when I was younger. I wouldn't have wanted to take care of all these plants, but I definitely enjoyed them when I was younger. My mom took care of all the plants in the house. So yeah, at this point, I am trying to add some decor, just really make it pretty, because that's what I wanted for my bedroom. I always thought it looked so plain, and it kind of does, but it also doesn't, because I did add stuff to it. Whenever I would bring friends home from college, they would take one look at my room and they'd be like, wow, this room really looks like your personality. And I was just like, really? Because I kind of hate this room. But yeah, I want to say that I hope that I don't sound too spoiled, but I was spoiled. So I had a great bedroom as a child. I just wanted more. I wanted all the things. I would watch like television and I'd see like, you know, those sort of teenage bedrooms, and I just always was like, why doesn't my bedroom look like that, Mom? For a while there, I thought I might move into the guest bedroom, but it just seemed like too much of a hassle, and my mom pointed out that my dad had put together, you know, a lot of the elements of my bedroom, and so I should be really happy that he spent the time doing that, and I am. If my brother watches this video, he's probably like, yeah, Penelope, you're very spoiled. I mean, if he's watching, he heard the part about where I said the majority of this bedroom would be taken away from his bedroom. And as a child, that's what I would have wanted. I was definitely a bratty little sister. Yeah. But yeah, I really am just hitting in the finishing touches here, making everything look really polished. I end up putting in an art easel. I also put in this little tea set that I put it in just right now, and I had that in my actual bedroom. I don't know if you noticed, it was on a little cushion right next to my door, and that's a tea set that I played with growing up as a child, and it's sitting on the sort of cushioned stool that my mom picked out for me when I was a baby. So I thought I would definitely want to keep that in the room. So yeah, this is about the end of the build. So I'm going to leave it off here by saying thank you to my family for putting up with me, because I'm sure I was like, why doesn't my bedroom look like this? Like all the time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to hear about what your guys' bedrooms look like or look like now, and what you wish they looked like or look like. I would really enjoy that. So I hope that you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to leave a like, a comment, or subscribe. That would really be great. I hope that you guys are all having a good day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!